Hey guys, welcome to the night sky photography tutorial. Today I'll be covering what you'll need before the shot, how to set up your DSLR camera, and how to edit the photos after you've taken them. So now we'll get into what you need for the shoot. First, you'll need a DSLR camera. In this example, I used a D5100 made by Nikon. The lens I used is an 18 to 55mm zoom lens. If you have a wide angle lens, this is also great as it's even better for the shot. You also need any kind of tripod. Anything works. I have a cheap tripod and it works fine. Okay, so first set your camera to manual mode and then set your shutter speed. I prefer 10 seconds because there's light pollution in Florida. But if it's dark, use anything higher so you can get more detail. Then set your aperture mode on and then set your f-stop to the lowest number. If the camera produces too bright of a picture, set the f-stop slightly higher. The lower the number, the more light the camera will take in. I set it to 5.6 for the first photo, but if you're light painting, set your manual speed to 30 seconds and set your aperture to 7.1. Then choose raw quality mode and then set it to white balance preset manual. Then set your camera to ISO 1000. This is the best for nighttime. And then make sure your timer is on if you don't have a remote release. This will show up as 10 seconds under the ISO and you're good to go. Okay, so first I start by lowering the exposure. Then I click adjustment brush, or you can also press the letter K on the keyboard. I set the temperature down to reduce, and then I draw an outline of the sky. Now I make sure not to get inside the tree area. I make the brush smaller and touch up larger gaps in the tree. Once I've done this, I set the brush larger and touch up on a few spots, and then set the highlights down -100. This helps reduce some of the light pollution. And then I make the brush smaller and touch up on the areas I missed before, right above the houses, and some to the left on the big gap in the tree. Now that I've done this, press New under the adjustment brush just above temperature. I set the temperature back to 0 difference. I leave the highlight at -100 and I turn the whites down by 10. Once I've done this, I'm now brushing over the areas with bright lights from the houses. Okay, so now I click New and I add a new brush. I make this brush slightly large and I up the noise reduction setting and I do a quick brush around the sky area. This makes sure that I don't have any of that fuzz. And now I'll zoom in here and you can see that it's a lot less fuzzy and still retains quality. And that's it for this photo. Click open image and you've completed your first image.